Hello everyone, welcome to Vishal International Educational Services online classes. Now, these online classes conducted on Zoom meeting and whatever the recordings are there for the classes will be uploaded on Botany optional channel for UPSC. Okay, and the links relating with these particular videos will be given on the Botany optional channel for UPSC on the Telegram platform as well. Okay, if you want to contact through the WhatsApp or the Telegram, you can use this number or you can use this particular email ID. All right, this is our membership offers on the Botany channel for UPSC examination. Okay, so check out all these three levels for the botany optional syllabus and take it according to your need. Okay, and speed up your botany optional preparation. Now, in this particular video lecture, we are going to understand the paper relating with the Indian Forest Service Mains 2020. Now, recently, UPSC has uploaded all the previous year's question paper relating with the Indian Forest Service Mains examination. Now, we are particularly interested in the botany paper. Okay. Now, this botany paper, this botany optional subject is consist of two paper, paper 1 and the paper 2. In this particular video lecture, we will only focus on the paper 1. Okay, how the questions are there, okay, how to write the answers, okay, all these questions will be discussed, and how our channel is very useful for the preparation of these kinds of the question, that too we can discuss in this particular video lecture. Okay, so consider this was your paper, and this is the paper 1, and the 3 hours timing was given, and total marks are 200. Okay, so maximum marks are 200 and the 3 hours timing is given. So in and all total there were the 8 questions and you only have to attempt the 5. Okay, so remember carefully, the in and all total 8 questions are there and the student has to attempt any 5 of the 8. Okay, but the conditions apply. Now see, the question number 1 and the question number 5 are compulsory. Okay, that is the first question, and the fifth question, both these questions are compulsory. You will not have any options to choose between these questions. Okay, the compulsorily you have to answer the question number 1 and compulsory you have to answer the question number 5. Now whatever the remaining 6 questions are there, out of these 6 questions you have to attempt the 3, but conditions apply that at least one should be coming from the each section, that is section A and section B. Okay, so basically what the UPSC is saying, the total 8 questions are there, you have to attend 5, but first question and the fifth question is the compulsory questions, while the remaining 6 question you can attempt the any 3 questions out of the 6, but you should carefully remember at least one answer should be coming from the each section, that is section A and section B. It should not be like that you have answered all the 3 questions from the section A and all the 3 questions from the section B. At least one question should be coming from the section A and other 2 can be from the section 2, or 1 can be coming from the section B and 2 can be coming from the section A. Okay, so these types of the instructions were given on the first page, and if you have selected the English as your language for the answer, then you should write your answer in the English language only. Okay, now consider the first question. Now see, this is the question number 1, and as we have discussed already, this is an compulsory question. Okay, compulsorily you have to answer this question. Now this question says, answer the following questions keeping your answers brief and to the point. Okay, the short answer is you have to give, and to the point answer you should read right. Okay, now this first question is divided into the 5 sub questions. Okay, that is A, B, C, D and E. Okay, and each question is carrying the 8 marks, right? So 8 multiplied by the 5, so in and all there were the 40 marks for this particular question. Now the very first sub question is how we can use the algae in the sewage treatment. Okay, as you know, we whatever the wastewater is there, and this particular wastewater is called as the sewage water, and we clean the sewage water by using the different bacteria, different fungi and different algae. Okay, these microbodies or the unicellular organisms are used to clear this particular sewage. So in this particular first question you have to answer how we can use the algae for the sewage treatment, that is whatever the wastewater is there, how we can clean that particular wastewater by using the algae. Okay, and for that you will get the 8 marks. Then in the second question, you with the well labeled sketch you have to describe the ultrastructure of the bacterial flagella and describe the mechanism of its movement. That is whatever the bacterial flagella is there, we have discussed this in our cell biology video lectures. You know, there is a long bacterial flagella is there, and this particular flagella you have to explain it along with the well labeled diagram. Okay, if you have remember that we have discussed the 3 different parts of the flagella, and these are 3 different parts of the flagella, together they constitute the complete flagella. Okay, and how this particular flagella helps to keep movement in the bacteria, that too we have already discussed. Okay, so basically you have to give the ultrastructure of the bacterial flagella and how the mechanism of movement is there, and for this you will again get the 8 marks. Now here, please understand how the splitting is there. 5 plus 3 splitting is there, right? That is for sketching the ultrastructure of the bacterial flagella, you will get the 5 marks, and for writing down the mechanism of its movement, you will get the 3 marks. So total 8 marks. Okay. Then in the next sub question, UPSC is asking you that explain in detail the process of fertilization in the angiosperm. Okay. Very easy question, right? How the fertilization occurs in the angiosperm. We have in detail discussed this particular thing in our video lectures, that how there is a double fertilization, how there is a triple fusion. Okay. Right from the pollination to till the formation of the embryo, everything relating with the process of the fertilization of the angiosperm is given in our video lectures. Okay. So basically you just have to start right from the pollination, that when the pollen grains will transfer from anther to the stigma, and from that point till the embryo formation. Okay, the whole process of the angiospermic fertilization you have to give. But remember, you have to give the very brief answer. Okay, you have to take note of the how many words you are writing in the particular answer. Okay, and for this you are again getting the 8 marks. Then in the next sub question, you have to describe and differentiate the heterocyst cell from the blue-green algal cell. See, very basic and very easy question, that you have to describe the heterocystic cell. As you know, in the blue-green algae, the heterocystic cells looks bigger and different from rest of the algal cells. Then what are the differences which are present between the heterocystic cell and normal algal cell? If you give detailed description regarding the differences between the heterocystic cells and rest of the blue-green algal cells, for this you will get the 8 marks. As you know, we with examples, with a very proper examples, we have completed the cyanobacteria, right? And in the cyanobacteria or the blue-green algae, you can clearly have the very distinguishing point relating with the heterocystic cell as well as for the blue-green algae cells, right? And how they are differ from one another. Then in the next question, next sub question is the Deuteromycotina has been called as the waste basket assemblage. Substantiate. Okay. Now see, we have discussed this because during the studies of the imperfect fungi, in the imperfect fungi, we have told you that the deuteromycetes constitute the major portion of the imperfect fungi, because their sexual orientation is not clear during their life cycle, and that is why they are considered as a waste basket. Okay, we have discussed this point thoroughly in our first unit, that why deuteromycetes are considered as a waste fungi or waste basket assemblage, because their sexual orientation, whether they are male, whether there is a male hyphae or whether there is a female hyphae, it is not clear, and hence they are also called as the imperfect fungi. And the other names like the waste basket assemblage is also given for the deuteromycetes. So the very perfect and the basic answer for this question is also given in our video lectures. Basically, this particular first question is all answered on the Botany Upsc for UPSC channel. You can easily access that video by taking the membership, and you can easily answer all of these 5 questions. Okay. And all of these videos which are showing answer for these particular questions will be given in the description box. Okay, you can check the description box, you will get answers for all of these questions. Okay, all the links were provided there. Now consider the second question. Now second question is an optional question. As you know, the first question was the compulsory question, but second question you will have options here. Okay, now the second question is divided into the 3 sub questions, the A, B and C, and the first sub question is carrying the 15 marks, second 15 marks, and the third one 10 marks. So in and all 40 marks are there. Okay, now see, the very first sub question is describe the stellar organization and evolution in the pteridophytes. Okay, simple, the very simple question, and the obvious question which is asked regularly by the UPSC, that how the steel is got evolved, how the steel is got its evolution in the pteridophytes. We have a very detailed video regarding this, and in our online lectures all the students know that how to write the answer for this particular question with a well labeled diagram, and it's a long question because it will give you the 15 marks. So the very easy questions relating with the stellar organization, and you just have to draw the different types of the steels, and you have to show the how these particular steels were what evolved in the pteridophytes. Okay, now in the second sub question, UPSC is asking you to describe the life cycle of a pathogen which is causing the dumping off of these seedlings in the tobacco and the tomato. Okay, now we have discussed many tobacco diseases and some of the tomato diseases on our channel, but basically the diseases which are relating with the seedlings, okay, are yet to be covered. But here in this particular question, you just have to give the life cycle of the pathogen. Okay, how the pathogen which initially infect the plant and slowly grow its infection, and through this infection, this is generally showing showing the life cycle of that particular infection. Okay, so basically you just have to draw the life cycle of the pathogen which is causing the seedling diseases or the dumping off of the seedlings in the tobacco and the tomato, and for this you will get the 15 marks. Then in the next sub question you have to describe the mechanism and the benefits of parasexuality. See the very obvious question on the parasexuality. During the lectures I have told you that this year the obvious topic will be the parasexuality. So many students who are preparing for the forest services, they know already that the parasexuality question will be there in the examination, because this topic is often asked by the UPSC, and in this particular question the straight away they were asking you to describe the mechanism and benefits of the parasexuality. So the very simple answer is there, how the fungus shows the parasexuality in their life cycles, and you just have to describe describe the parasexuality and mechanism and benefits of the parasexuality. For this you will get the 10 marks. Now please again note the splitting. For describing the mechanism of the parasexuality you will get the 6 marks, and for giving the benefits of the parasexuality you will get the rest of the 4 marks, making it total to the 10 marks. Okay, so this second question was very easy question. Straight away just we have to answer the stellar organization in pteridophytes, then the life cycle of a pathogen for the tobacco and the tomato plants, and then you just have to give the mechanism and the benefits of parasexuality. So the very simple question, the second question is there. So basically you can get out of marks in these questions because there is not so much twisting in these particular questions. They were straightforward questions, and hence they are very easy to answer. Okay, now consider the third question. See, the third question is divided into 3 sub questions. Again, this third question is not a compulsory question, and you can have the choice for this question. Okay, now the very first sub question is the describe the 3 kinds of the mycelia encountered in the basidiomycetes. That is the different kinds of the mycelia which are found in the basidiomycetes. You have to explain this, and for this explanation you will have the 10 marks. Then after that, with the well suitable diagram you should give the significance of the clamp connection, and for this you will get the 5 marks, making it total to the 15 marks. So basically in our videos you will get the different types of the mycelia which are found in the deuteromycetes, but regarding the clamp connection you will not find content relating with this particular topic because it is yet to uploaded on our channel. Okay, so what is the significance of the clump connection, this will be given in the subsequent video lectures. All right, now in the second sub question, see the trace the evolution of sporophytes in the bryophytes with a well labeled sketches only. Okay, now see this is the 15 mark question and quite a straightforward question, and we have the very detailed lecture on this particular evolution of the sporophytes in the bryophytes. Okay, if you remember we have considered the 8 different types of the sporophytes which is found in the bryophytes, and right from 1 to 10 how they got evolved, all these things we have discussed in very detail. Okay, so you have to draw the 8 well labeled diagrams, the very neat diagrams, and you have to show how there is a traces of the evolution of the sporophytes within the bryophyte, and for this straightforward question, a very straightforward question, you will get the 15 marks. Then after that you have to explain what do you mean by the antibiotics. Again, a very simple term, right? For the explaining this, that is what is the antibiotics, you will get the 5 marks, and if you describe their mode of action of the aminoglycosides, you will get rest of the 5 marks. So as you know, the detailed video relating with the antibiotics you will have on our YouTube channel, and you can simply define the what is the antibiotics and how the mode of action for the aminoglycosides is there, and for this you will get the 10 marks. All right, now consider the fourth question. Again, it is not the compulsory question and you will have options for it. This fourth question is divided into the 3 sub questions A, B and C, and first 2 questions are carrying the 15 marks, and the last question is carrying the 10 marks. And please note, every time the question is get split into the markings. Okay, now in the first sub question you just have to name the causing organism that is causing the black, yellow and brown rust of the wheat. As you know, the brown rust of the wheat is detailed explained already in our video lectures, right? And you have the complete answer regarding the brown rust of the wheat. While on the other hand, the yellow rust of the wheat is unavailable. Okay, we did not cover this particular yellow topic. Then after that, you have to describe the symptoms of the black rust of the wheat and the life cycle of the pathogen causing it. Okay, so you know the life cycle of the pathogen who is causing the black rust and the brown rust of the wheat, and you can write down the symptoms, different symptoms which are included in the brown and the black rust of the wheat. So basically 90% of the questions can be solved here, but just on our channel or in our video lectures we did not cover the yellow rust of the wheat. Okay, so for this question you will get the 15 marks. Okay, now in the second sub question, what do you mean by the genetic recombination? recombination. Now this genetic recombination we have covered in detail in the first unit, right? How the bacterial methods are there in which there is a genetic recombination occurring. Okay. Now see describe the different methods in the bacterial recombination. So first we have to define what do you mean by the genetic recombination. For this you will get the 5 marks, and then you have to describe the different methods in which the bacterial recombination occurs. Now we have told you during the lectures that this is the very simplest type of the sexual fusion, because both the DNAs are getting together and mixed with together. Okay, and here's the genetic recombination occurs in the bacteria, and it's a simple type of a sexual reproduction. We have discussed this thoroughly, right? And for writing down the different methods which are involved in the bacterial recombination, you will get the 10 marks, so making it total to the 15 marks. Then in the third sub question, you have to give what is the dissemination of the disease. Okay, and then describe the different methods of the plant virus dissemination in brief. Okay, how the plant viruses are spread from one plant to the another plant. Okay, how they disseminate from one place to the another place. So for this you will get the total 10 marks. Okay, the very simple with the very common sense question is there, and this question can be easily answered by giving a very proper point regarding the plant viruses. And as you know, just like the tobacco mosaic virus, we have discussed many plant viruses which cause the different diseases in the plants. Okay, so for giving their dissemination, you will get the 10 marks here. Again, this fourth question is very easy question, because it is all given in on our channel, and we have understood this in through the online lectures, right? Now consider the fifth question, and I want to remind you that this fifth question is the compulsory question. Okay, you have to answer it. You will not have options for this particular question. Okay. Now the question is, answer the following question keeping your answer brief and to the point. Okay, you just have to write the brief answer and to the point answer, and the 5 sub questions are there: A, B, C, D, and E, and each question is carrying the 8 marks. Okay, so making it total to the 40 marks. Okay, every time the question in the UPSC is a 40 marks question. Okay, now see, the very first question is, you just have to comment on the totipotency, then you have to comment on the somatic hybrids and the hybrids. Okay, for just defining the totipotency, you will have the 4 marks, and for defining these two terms, you will have the extra another 4 marks. Okay, making it total to the 8. As you know, totipotency is the ability of plant cells or a plant part to get grow and convert into the whole plant, right? So this ability of the cell to get converted into the complete plant is called the totipotency. Then the somatic hybrid and the hybrids were both explained in lectures, right? And you know the proper answer for this particular first question. So these 8 marks are confirmed marks in the UPSC mains examination for you. Then in the second sub questions, they were asking what are the petrocrops. Okay, and you just have to name the any 4 promising petrocrop species of the family C. Very easy question, and very recently in the previous week we have uploaded the video regarding the petrocrops. Okay, and in the energy plantation topic we have covered these petrocrops, and these particular petrocrops are the those plants which can produce the fuel. Okay, and we have given you the name of the list of the 5 petrocrop plants, and here you just have to mention the any 4. So again, for defining the petrocrops you will have 4 marks, and for giving just the 4 botanical names you will have the another 4 marks, making it total to the 8 marks. And in the video lectures you will find there are the total 5 petrocrops were given, and you should carefully remember these petrocrops so that you will have complete marks in the UPSC mains. Okay, then in the third sub questions you have to enumerate the application of palynology. Again, the very obvious question, just like the stellar organization in pteridophytes, you will find this question every year in the UPSC mains examination. Just you have to enumerate the application of palynology. Okay, in and all there were the 10 applications which are given on the channel, and these 10 applications you have to remember carefully regarding the study of the pollens, that is the palynology. And for this for writing down these applications of the palynology, straight away you will get the 8 marks. Then after, in the fourth question, they were asking you that what is the plant defense. Okay, what do you mean by the plant defense? And you have to give the different mechanisms of the plant defense. So generalized question is there. Okay, no specificity is there. You can give the morphological defense, you can give the anatomical defense, you can give the chemical defense. Okay, all these types of the defense can be given in this particular answer. So just for defining the what is the plant defense, you will get the 3 marks, and for explaining the mechanism of the plant defense, you will get the 5 marks, making it total to the 8 marks. Okay. Then in the last sub question, here you have to explain the petrified fossils are the marvels of the paleobotanical studies. Substantiate. As you know, the petrified fossils we have discussed in detail in some video lectures, that what are the petrified fossils, how they get formed, and how they are very important for the paleobotanical studies. Okay. So basically, you have to give the importance of the petrified fossils which are found in the fossilized form and how they are important for the paleobotanical studies. So for this, you will get the 8 marks. Okay. So basically, this fifth question was a compulsory question, but all of the questions, if you observe carefully, they are very easy to answer. Okay. So this particular fifth question will give you the 40 marks if you write it accurately. Okay. Now consider the sixth question, and this question is not the compulsory question, and it is divided into the three sub questions: the first, second, and the third question. First question carrying 15 marks, second 15 marks, and the third 10 marks. Okay. Here in the first question, you have to describe the fumitories and the mastictories. Okay. Now these particular terms we have not used on our in our lectures and in our video lectures or in our YouTube channel, because these fumitories refer to the members of the Papaver majority of the time, and these mastictories are those plants which can be directly chewed by our teeth. Okay, so hence they are called as the mastictories. Okay, so you just have to explain both of these terms, then you have to describe their origin. Okay, how they got originated, and their botanical characters, and the cultivation of one representative of each of the above categories. Okay, how we cultivate the plants which belongs to the fumitories and the mastictories. Okay, from each one you have to take the one example and you have to explain it. Okay, and for this you will get the complete 15 marks. Basically, the terminology used by the UPSC is quite unique. Okay, because this terminology is not given in the syllabus, but the other names for these terminologies were given in the UPSC main syllabus. Okay, so basically what we should understand here, that whatever the other names are there for the plant families or for the particular products from the plant, that too we have to remember, because such a type of the questions, although you know the answer of the question, but still you will miss this question because just you don't know what are the terms regarding the plant families or the plant product which is coming from the families. Okay, so you should carefully take the note of the other names for the important plant families. Okay, so for this question you will get the 15 marks. Then in the second sub question, illustrate the floral characters of the family Ericaceae. Okay, with its floral formula, floral diagram, and why it is economically important. If you are a student for the online classes at our Zoom meetings, you know that we have gone through this sequence only. First, we have to we describe the vegetative, then the floral characters of the family, then we draw the floral formula, then we draw the floral diagram, and finally we understand its economic importance. So all things relating with the Ericaceae were already with you, and whatever the video is there relating with this particular plant family is already uploaded on the channel, right? So basically you will get the 15 marks for this question as well, which is the very straightforward question. Then in the last sub question, we have to understood that what do you mean by the tissue culture? Then what are the techniques which helps in reviving the endangered plant species? Okay, so again a very simple question. Just you have to give the answer relating with the what do you mean by the plant tissue culture or tissue culture. For this you will get the 4 marks. And how we can save the endangered plant species, which is a rare plant species. Okay, their number is quite rare, and hence this particular endangered plant species we have to save it. Then how we can save this particular endangered plant species? By using the plant tissue culture techniques. Okay, and for this you will get the 6 marks, making it total to the 10 marks. So basically, for writing down the plant tissue culture definition and then its application for saving the endangered plant species, you will get whole of the 10 marks. Again, this question is a very simple question and you can answer it very accurately. Okay, now consider the seventh question. This is also not the compulsory question and you will have option for this, and it is divided into the 3 sub questions A, B, and C. The first question carrying 15 marks, second 15 marks, and the third 10 marks. Okay, then in the first question you have to differentiate between heterospory and homospory. You know, the very easy question. During the studies of the pteridophytes, we have in detail understood this particular topic. So you have all the notes relating with this particular topic, that is how to differentiate between the heterospory and the homospory. For this you will get the 3 marks. Okay, then how does heterospory lead to the seed habit? Okay, and during the seed habit lecture we have in detail understood that how the 2 types of the spores or the heterospory is actually responsible for the creation of the seed habit. Okay, and for explaining this you will have the 6 marks, and then you have to discuss the biological significance of heterospory in reference to the Selaginella. Okay, again we have taken the very same example in our lectures, that the Selaginella is there, it is showing the seed habit, and its biological significance also discuss in very detail during that lecture. Okay, so basically you will get the 6 marks for this as well, so making it total to the 15. So for the differentiation between the heterospory and homospory, you will have 3 marks. Then how does the heterospory lead to the seed habit? For this you will get the 6 marks. And how the biological significance is there of the heterospory with reference to the selaginella, for this you will get the rest of the 6 marks, making it total to the 15 marks. So the way, again, very easy question, very easy to answer question, right? Now in the second sub question, enlist the botanical names of the 5 plants. See this habit, okay, this habit of the UPSC to ask the names of the 5 plants, it is always there in the UPSC mains. Okay, whether it is the Indian Civil Service mains for the botany student, or whether it's the Indian Forest Service mains for the botany student, every time they were asking the 5 names. Okay, and that is why in our lectures we always like to take the 5 or more plants example. Okay, so here you also have to give the 5 names of the 5 plants which are yielding the drugs. Okay, this is the very recent video on our channel, that how the 5 plants are there which are yielding the very typical drugs which are used by the human beings. Okay, and mention the plant parts from where this drug is obtained. Okay, if you are remembering carefully, the plant parts were also given, right? Which plant part is giving the which plant drug. Okay, so basically just you have to write down the 5 plant name which are yielding the drug. Okay, and then from which part the drug is coming from the plant. Okay, and for writing down this plant part, you will get the rest of the marks. Again, you can understand how simple questions were asked by the UPSC mains, right? For this question you will again get the 15 marks. Actually these are completely free marks just for remembering the 5 names of the plant and which part of the plant is producing that drug. For this, for only this you will get the 15 marks. Okay, then in the third sub question you have to describe the successive stages of the development of the cellular endosperm. How the cellular endosperm is got developed. You know, we have discussed the 3 types of the endosperms, and one of them is the cellular endosperm, and how the development of the cellular endosperm takes place. Depending upon the by giving this answer, you will get the straight away 10 marks. So again, this 7th question, a very easy question, and all topics are in very detail covered in our online lectures, right? And these topics were also uploaded on the YouTube channel as well. Now consider this 8th question. Okay, and this is also not the compulsory question, but you will have option for this. And this question is also divided into the 3 parts. Okay, the first part, the A, second B, and the third C. Okay, the first question carrying 15 marks, second 15 marks, and the third 10 marks. Okay, consider this first sub question. Describe the method of cultivation of the rubber plants. As you know, how the rubber plants are economically important, and these are rubber plants. What are the methods are there for cultivating the rubber plants? For writing this, you will get the 6 marks. Then describe how the latex is processed to get the rubber. Okay, how the latex, that is the combination of the many chemicals from these plants, came out from the plant during the plant injury, and how we can convert this particular latex into the rubber. For this you will get the 6 marks. And then what precaution are to be taken while taping the rubber? For this, for writing this, you will get the 3 marks, making it total to the 15 marks. So as you know, rubber is quite an economically important component which is coming from the plant kingdom, and this the rubber related videos or the rubber related lectures we have conducted on our channel, so we can easily see and take the notes for writing down the answer. Okay, in the second sub question, what are the differences between the monocot and the dicot root? Okay, the very simple question. It's like you are in the 12th examination, you just have to give the difference between the monocot root and the dicot root, and for this you will get the 6 marks. And then with the suitable diagram, explain the secondary growth in the dicot roots, how the secondary growth occurs in the dicot roots. For this you will get the 9 marks, making it total to the 15 marks. So basically you just have to give the difference between the monocot and the dicot roots. Okay, and then you have to write down how the secondary growth occurs in the dicot roots, because secondary growth is completely absent in the monocot root. It is only present in the dicot roots, and hence for giving this secondary growth you will have the rest of the 9 marks, hence the total 15 marks. So very easy question. Okay, now consider the third sub question, that is mention the botanical names with the family of the plants yielding the following. Again, you have to just give the botanical name and name of the plant family, so that you will get this complete marks. Okay, so for the spices, okay, see, with the morphology of the plant parts used also you have to give. Okay, so spices producing plant, you have to give the one botanical name which produces the spices, then you have to give its family, and then which part is there which is producing this. Okay, for writing down these 3 words you will get 2 marks. Then for a perfume producing plant, one botanical name. Okay, then you have to give the name of the family, and then you have to give the part used, again 2 marks. Okay, for gum producing plant, the one botanical name, the family name, and the part used, the 2 marks. Okay, then sugar producing plant, one name, one botanical name, then the family name, and then the plant part you use 2 marks again. Then beverages, the one botanical name, then the family name, and then the plant part used for this, you will get the 2 marks, making it total to the 10 marks. Okay, 5 multiplied by 2, total 10. Okay, so 2 marks for each category. All right, so all of this video, that is the plants as a sources for spices, plants as a sources for perfumery, plants as a sources for gums, plants as a sources for sugar, plants as a sources for beverages, all these videos were already uploaded, and all the lectures were comfortably conducted regarding this particular topics. Okay, so if you consider all the 8 questions, okay, quite the easy paper is there in the Indian Forest Service Mains 2020, and all the 8 questions are attainable. Okay, you can attend all the 8 questions, but UPSC give you the choice. You have to attempt any 5. Okay, in which the first question and the 5th question are the compulsory question, and out of the 6 you have to just attempt 3 but on one condition, that one question at least coming from the each section, that is section A and the section B. All right, so this is all about this topic. Okay, thank you very much for watching this video. Please like this video, share this video with your friends who are studying the botany, and if you haven't subscribed to the Botany channel yet, please subscribe to the Botany channel for UPSC examination. Again, thank you very much for giving your time. See you in the next video lecture. Thank you.